really important that we begin to change the mindset of young people to know that your vote counts.
They don't understand that the legislative arm of government is actually a co-equal arm of government.
We have an incredible amount of potential.
Whatever it is I was doing, because of my personal DNA, it had to be of an international standard.
Which is what, seriously speaking, is all about. Hi there. This is Seriously Speaking. On the show today, I'm going to be sharing with you the experience of two young ladies of the several mentees I've had in time, but they've taught me a lesson which I think you also will find very useful. You know how it is that you feel like when people ask you that they want to be your mentees, people are scared or they're worried about it. But these young women taught me a lesson that I thought I would like to share, because on this edition, it's all about giving back and birthing dreams, not only for the mentees, but also for the mentors. So if you don't go away, I'll be back with Seriously Speaking with these two young women in a short while. Yes, welcome back. This all started when Tiffany Amber, the brand, celebrated 15 years and decided to give opportunity to 15 women to mentor 15 other women or more in whatever field. In different fields, there was also the communication field, which was mine. And the three young ladies were selected, and I met them in 2015. And at that point in time, I was already weary mentoring people. But this, I said, well, Falake is a friend, and I like the novel idea of, instead of celebrating her brand as a fashion label, she wanted to celebrate the whole idea of mentoring from a different angle. And so I met these three young women who surprised me. Maybe 1 year into the mentoring, somebody calls me and says, Auntie Adesowa would like to come spend the day with you. And I'm like, why? I want to take you out to lunch. I showed up, but I asked them, so what do you want? They said, no, we don't want anything. What can we give you? So that's how I ended up saying, what? These young women, after 1 year of barely taking their calls, they said, what can we give you? So with the whole idea of how far they've gone with their dreams, and the fact that they see mentoring from a different angle is why they're my guests on the show today. So I have, first, I would like to introduce physically on the studio right here, Chineye. Come right in, Chineye. Before I start telling them all the wonderful things that you do, let me welcome you to the set of Seriously Speaking.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Thank you for having me.
Is it a thing of joy to be finally on my set?
Yes, it is.
I'm sure you didn't expect I would invite you for this show, did you?
No, I didn't.
Chineye runs her own TV show. Tell us about your TV show.
Okay, thank you. The name of my talk show is Metro Woman. Yes. And what we basically do, it's a platform where we discuss the issues that women face on a daily basis. So ranging from lifestyle, health and fitness, relationships, anything women are interested in, you know. So I get experts to come on the show, and then we just, you know, discuss the issues.
Like traffic in Lagos. Sometimes.
Well, if it relates to women, yes. Like probably managing your home and how to strike that balance, you know, between taking care of your business and managing your home and having to deal with traffic and all the things that you can do to just make your life better.
What I found interesting, though, was that what you told me, that the seeds for all you're doing today was sown when you used to watch Today's Woman on TV.
Yes.
You know, I find that interesting. I'm not that old, by the way. But she's a young woman. You're a young mother of... You have 2 kids right now?
I have 2 kids.
Okay,
yes,
2 wonderful kids.
Yeah.
So it's nice to know that what you did years ago is birthing some of the dreams. Tell me about that.
Yes, it is. Okay, so like I told you earlier, my mom and I, and my siblings as well, we used to watch Today's Woman with Adeswa. And I remember clearly then that my mother would make us have supper when you were on. You know, so all of us would sit around and then we'd eat and would watch you. And I saw the look in my mother's eyes because she was a teacher then. And, you know, I was just... watching you, I was always proud, you know, and I felt inspired.
My head is swelling.
It chilled, you know? And I was always inspired with the women you were you were interviewing, the women you brought up, on your sets, and, just hearing their stories. And there's something about listening to women's stories, to other women. So you know that, I felt, so my dreams are valid. I can do this. Those visions and those pictures of success that I had for myself as a child, watching you, I just gave me that courage that, if you could do this, and I could, because I also dreamt of having my own show and all of that. So, it made it real. It made it real. And then all those other women you inspired as well, all those other women you interviewed, they were just also inspiring. And
it gave
today,
an
my mom
opportunity.
has a school.
Oh, really? Her own school?
And so like I said, I just always remember the way she watched you. And I knew she was inspired.
Okay, this is not really about me now.
Yeah.
But okay. But you see, what I find interesting is you are a woman today.
Yes.
You are living in today's world.
Yes.
And you're finding different challenges and you're trying to address it with your own show.
Yes.
So it's from personal experiences to juggling life.
Yes, that's how it started, because after I got married and then I had my kids, I actually had like one kid. After I had one kid, about 6 months...
They say it's a Japanese children they call kid. That's a child.
Child. So about 6 months after, I was pregnant for my second child. And then I was working in a bank. Yes, that was quick. So at a point, I had a lot. There was just so much, I was juggling. And I kept wondering, so how do women cope? How are other women doing it? So I was always asking questions. I was always Googling, I could Google anything. I always wanted to know, so how do you cope? How do you strike that balance between your family and your career? How do you do all of that? How do you grow your hair? I had challenges with breastfeeding. My second baby, and how can I position my child properly? There were just a lot of questions. So that's what I try to do with the show,
So
just raise up these issues that sometimes we as women don't even know they're issues. So when you hear someone else talk about it, you realize that, oh, okay, this is something I go through, so someone else goes through it, and just try to get the answers. And I'm going to interview you on my show
someday.
Well.
I'll come, don't worry. What's great about it is the fact that you started to live your dream. I said, okay, let me do it through television. Stop and, begin to try to address these issues I was facing.
Yes.
But why did you seek a mentor? And how did you find the Tiffany Amber?
Okay, the Tiffany Amber Women of Vision program. I think there was a time I was on my system and then it popped up. Like online. An advert, somewhere online. And the question was, are you a woman of vision? And I was like, yes, I'm a woman of vision, And, I read about it and she said, I learned that we're going to have people who would mentor us and all of that if we were successful. So all that was required to do was just for us to talk about our vision. So I talked about Metro Women and the things that I wanted to do. And of course, I actually applied because I learned that you were one of the mentors. And I always wanted to meet you.
So you knew what you wanted. That's the lesson for others.
So I knew what I wanted. And so I wrote it down. And we were supposed to state the woman we wanted to mentor us. And of course, I said you.
So you were determined. You knew what you wanted. I'm going to go for this. I'm going to go in here.
Yes.
It didn't bother you, though, that you're coming to somebody who's running a show, was running a show, and it's something like what you're running now. And I have a magazine called Today's Woman. Didn't you worry that, am I going to be a threat to this woman? Is she going to accept me and stuff like that?
No, it didn't bother me because before I met you, you actually mentored me, because I think mentoring is not just physical.
Oh, great.
It doesn't have to be like an interaction. I can watch you. I read the magazine. I know the kind of person you are. I can tell from the things that you do and, the write-ups and all that I read and watch from you. So I could tell that you're a strong woman. And really, that thing about women being threatened by other women, yes, I know it's there, but right now there's just so much happening. There's a revolution with women, and we realize that we are stronger together. So coming to meet you, well, it should interest you to know that a lot of the applicants for that mentorship program actually wanted you to mentor them. So we know the kind of
So what happened when they now called three of you?
We're so excited, like, oh my goodness. So of course, I knew you would help me. And I didn't expect a physical interaction, like having to meet with you all the time. I'll give you an example of how you mentored me. You just did that today and you didn't even know about it. When we came here and I was sitting down and waiting for this to start, you came into the set and then you asked everybody their names. And I realized that I don't do that on my show. I just walk into the set and we just start recording, you know, and those are the kind of things that tell you why someone has come as far as they have come. Because obviously you have a personal interest in the people you're working with. I took that notes down and I'm going to do it.
Tick.
Yes, mark
Next time you're on set, you're going to do that. Okay, I find it interesting. So it doesn't sound like, I mean, whether you like it or not, you know, for me, what's most crucial is the fact that you didn't let fear get in your way.
Yeah.
You knew exactly what you wanted to do. You didn't care that other people were doing the same thing. I said, I'm going to go for this.
Yeah.
But is it easy? Okay, that's a stupid question.
No, it's not. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Because you're airing right now where? I don't know how you do it. You guys...
on African Magic. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot of work because getting people to understand what you even want to do. You know, sometimes, you know, you feel misunderstood, you feel no one really knows what I'm trying to achieve. And then for some of the challenges, the first meeting I had with you, I mean, you sat with me and then you just said one or two things. Sponsors. You just said one or two things. And I just realized that, yeah, so what I'm going through is not strange. This is something that everybody has to grapple with, you know? And of course, success doesn't come to the weary-hearted or to the fearful. You know, we all go through challenges. And just like I would have to, for example, move from one class to the other and I have to write an exam.
Graduate.
These are the exams that I have to take to prove my worth, to prove that my vision is valid.
I take that from you. Life is about exams.
Yes, it is.
I'm still taking exams up to today. You know what, Chineye? I'm going to invite Julia. Unfortunately, Francisca is up in the air right now.
Yes, she
Or maybe
is.
she's on the way, but Chineye is going to join us. Sorry.
Julia.
Chineye to Kosimilori. Julia is going to join us shortly, so I'll take a break so I can go to the market.
Okay.
I'll be right back with my mentees if you don't go away.